The only thing I ever wanted to do was becoming a musician. So I moved to Vienna to study music there at the conservatory in Vienna, which is a very highly prestigious conservatory. I was practicing like 8-9 hours a day, literally get up, play guitar, eat, go to sleep, and then repeat the whole thing. Until I woke up one morning and I had this like sharp burning pain in my left arm. I went to the doctor and they were like, you can never ever play guitar anymore. It's over. Like you shouldn't. You have tendinitis. That was one of the harshest times in my life because my dream has just been taken away from me. Like everything you've ever dreamed of, gone. I was so unhappy with my life. I had no more purpose, no more vision. I didn't know what the hell I'm gonna end up as. I came from such a dark place with that depression of where I wouldn't know what to do with my life. So I obviously go on Google and Google how to pick up girls. And I'm like, wait, you can learn this? And I was so excited about that I just started taking action. The first approach I ever did, like I still vividly remember that. She had long black hair, she had like a very petite, skinny body, and I saw her in the metro on the way home from university. And I'm like, oh my God, Max, you know all the things now, you gotta talk to her. I'm like, okay. So obviously I didn't do it in the metro because I was like, there's too many people. Wait, I can't just talk to the girl here. So I waited until she left and waited until it was her stop. Now, obviously, I got off at the same stop. Now, at the metro station, I couldn't talk to her because I was like, I can't do that. It's not the right moment yet. So I just like followed her through the streets of Vienna. I literally think I walked behind her for 30 fucking minutes. I was happy that apparently she had a long way from the metro to wherever she was going. And I was just like, it's not the right moment yet. It's not the right moment yet. It's not the right moment yet. Until she was crossing the street and I had this freak out / epiphany. I'm like, that was the right moment. I gotta talk to her. And there was like a big truck was coming and I in the middle of the street, I'm like, excuse me, I think you're really beautiful. Maybe I could buy you a drink someday. And she was like, oh, that's cute. I have a boyfriend. I was like, oh, that's no problem. Thank you. And I walked away and I was like, this is the best thing in the world. I am the king. I just talked to a stranger. I was so fucking happy, man. I started to take more action, and I went to nightclubs and bars. And of course, I couldn't go there alone, so I still had my friends that were, 100% like me, never had any experiences. And they obviously didn't want to go out with me because they didn't have that spark ignited within them of taking action. So I did what I had to do. I got them drunk. Every night, so they would at least go out with me and then after 10 beers, talk to the friend of the girl I was trying to talk to. And, I was soon like, okay, I need some pickup guys in my life that go out with me. So what I did was I went on the internet. That's it, Max. That's it. You're officially a weird person now. You're meeting somebody off the internet, a strange man, to go talk to girls with you. And it's funny because I would say 90% of those guys are now still my best friends. After a couple months of taking action, talking to girls, getting tons of rejections. And I remember I was going to a Papa Roach concert and I noticed this cute blonde girl behind the coat check. She was the coat check girl. She had a nice, beautiful blonde hair, beautiful fucking face. And I'm like, okay, Max, you gotta do the pickup thing again, so I roll up and I verbatimly said what I read somewhere. So this was not even like just me being a cool guy. I verbatimly said the lines hey, what's up, da 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 da. And I remember specifically her laughing. She was laughing a lot at my dumb jokes. And I remember the girl is laughing. I think that's a good sign. I think I read if the girl is laughing, you're on a good way. I'm like, okay, I think I should exchange numbers now. So I'm like, hey, you're cool, let's exchange numbers. And she's like, yeah, sure. We exchanged numbers. And I was like, oh my God, I got a number. This is the best day of my life. Of course, the first thing I did was looking up in the pickup books, what's the next thing to do after you exchange numbers with a girl? And I remember vividly, it said, call her, don't text her. Call her, don't text her. So I'm like, okay, I got it. So after 3 days of waiting, I called her. And I had it written down. I had the entire conversation written down, like, say this. If she laughs, say this. If she says no, say this. Like, everything fully planned, like, all ready to go. It rings. She picks up. Hello? I'm like, hey, what's up? This is Max. She's like, oh, hey, I'm in the car right now. Can I call you back? And I'm like, and I just completely threw me off my plan because I had the whole conversation mapped out, but no, what if she's in the car and I gotta call her back? So I'm like, I completely froze. And I called her again. I made her laugh, and I invited her for a date. I think a week later. I had it scheduled for a week later. We meet for a date, and I was like, this girl is coming there to meet me. Like, I don't know. I just felt like, okay, this girl is so out of my league. Like, here I am, the dorky weird guy from the Austrian countryside, and I'm there with this stunner. Not a chance. I think we were sitting in there for like 5 freaking hours in the same cafe, at the same spot. And I was like, Max, you gotta kiss her. And I was like, it's not the right moment. It's not the right moment. It's, you know, like, I'm gonna kiss her now. Ah, she just said something, you know? So I remember I was going to the bathroom for the 5th time, like washing my face with cold water. And I'm like, dude, you've been here for 5 hours now. You've had like 6 coffees or whatever. You're gonna go there now. You're gonna sit next to her, lean in, and kiss her. It doesn't matter what's gonna happen. You're just gonna go and fucking do it. So I go back, and the girl's still sitting there, and I'm like, and she says something, I'm like, and I go in for the kiss. The moment our lips touched, it was like this like fireworks of brain wiring. Like, I think that's like where my old self got like completely replaced. Like, my old reality was like, okay, I can now officially talk to a random girl, exchange numbers with her, and then kiss her. This is the best thing in the world. I shall do nothing else for the rest of my life. Like, I was so mind blown. And I went back to the metro, and I was standing there waiting for the metro, and then I noticed like another girl standing like next to me waiting for the metro, and she looked at me, and our eyes met, and I held eye contact. For the first time I held eye contact, and she smiled at me, and I'm like, this thing just can't get any better. This girl just like, I kissed a girl, and another girl smiled at me like, oh my God. And from that moment on, I was just hooked. I went out every freaking day, talked to girls, day game, night game. A year later, I had several girlfriends. I've had massive amounts of reference experiences of you know, same night lays, of pulling, of going to all these dates. I had like this whole like rotation of girls. I had all these amazing wings. It felt like I was at home. I wasn't in this strange city anymore with no friends. I wasn't this loner guy. I wasn't this guy without a perspective. All of a sudden I was really like, okay, I was 20 years old, and for the first time in my life, I felt like, damn, this is fucking life.